Changing your child's diaper every 2 to 3 hours, or even just like every time your kid pees, it's not only going to mean that you're changing diapers like every minute of the day, but it is a huge waste of diapers and money. And if you're using disposable diapers, think about what you're doing to the environment. Diaper companies have really tried to outsmart us. They've made these lines, see that yellow line on there? A lot of diapers have these, and they made it with color changing technology, aka chemicals, that changes color when your kid pees so that it's a signal to change your baby. You can get the smallest amount of pee/water on these and it will change color. And if you literally change your diaper, or your diaper, if you change your kid's diaper every time the line changes color, you're literally going to go through 20 diapers a day, and that is just like unnecessary. And let's talk about what you could do instead. So diapers were made to absorb. That's why we wear them, right? I keep saying we, but I don't mean we. I mean like that's why we put them on our babies, right? Okay, you get what I'm saying. So you have your standard diapers that are made to absorb pee, and then you have your overnight diapers that are made to absorb pee for 12 hours. The diapers overnight are designed to hold a lot of pee, and it's okay. Your baby is going to be fine. A little bit later in this video, we're gonna talk about some hacks, or just like some different tricks that you can kind of keep in mind in the back of your head, so that every night when your baby goes to sleep, you know that they're gonna be great when they wake up in the morning. But stay tuned for those tips. But before we get into those tips, I just wanted to cover the fact that while your baby is still eating overnight, they're still going to be peeing more overnight. So let's say your baby is 6 months old and they're not eating overnight anymore, you definitely should not have to change their diaper overnight just because it might be a little bit wet. If they're not waking up, you do not need to go in and change their diaper. It is overstimulating and will probably wake them up. If you notice during the day when you're changing your baby's diaper that they're more aware and that they're more like flally, because that's a word, it is now. But if they're just moving around a lot more during the day when you're changing their diaper, it's because the coldness on their parts, it wakes them up. So when you do that overnight, it's gonna have the same effect. And if your baby is not waking up naturally and needs to be changed, then it's just gonna wake them up even more. So we want to avoid doing that. In the event that you are watching this video and you have a younger baby who is not sleeping through the night and who does need to have a feeding overnight as per your pediatrician, I am not gonna tell you if your kid does or doesn't need to eat overnight, but your pediatrician is the only person who should be telling you that, because they have access to your child's growth charts. Don't listen to anybody else when they say whether or not your kid should be eating overnight. It's up to you and your doctor. Anyways, if your child is still needing feedings overnight, then yes, you might need to change their diaper throughout the night, because obviously the more they take in, the more they put out. If you do need to change their diaper overnight, I recommend halfway through your feeding, you should change the diaper and then finish the feeding. So of course, my advice is not to change your baby's diaper overnight. It does bring up questions from other parents who say, well, what if my kid poops overnight? Do I need to just make them stay in their poop? Absolutely not. Leaving your baby in poop overnight, or even if it's like 5 a.m., you know your kid pooped, but you don't get them up until 6 or 6:30, you gotta change their diaper, and then you need to just move on with the day. Not only is your baby going to be prone to a rash if they're in their poop for too long, but that's just not even close to hygienic. So we wanna just make sure that we're changing that diaper. And then if they still have more than 30 minutes of sleep that they need to get, then you should attempt to put them back to sleep. Even if they need a little bit more assistance or a little bit more help, go ahead and give it, because you don't want to get them in the habit of waking up at 5 a.m. every single day because they know that you're gonna get them. If you're enjoying this video so far, then I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up while you are down there subscribing. There is also a link in the description box down below that is going to bring you to my Amazon storefront that is going to show you all of the products that I recommend for keeping your baby dry overnight. So make sure you check that out as well. So as promised, here are some of my diaper hacks for overnight. The first thing that you could do is get FUSSY diaper booster pads. FUSSYs are basically maxi pads for diapers. They are designed to continue absorbing beyond the absorbency of a regular diaper. The second thing that you can do is size up in your child's diapers overnight. Obviously you don't want them huge baggy falling off of your baby, but if you're going up one size, it shouldn't make that big of a difference, and that one size difference will make a big difference overnight in the absorbency of their diaper. Another thing you can do is double up on diapers and have your child wear 2 diapers overnight, especially if they are leaking out the sides of the diaper. Then what you could do is have a smaller diaper on overnight and then a size up diaper on over it overnight. And then another thing that you want to do every single night, and I did this regardless whether or not I had to change my kids' diapers overnight or not, I always put a ton of butt cream on them, because why not? If they are very soiled or saturated or have some poop in there, and some babies will poop in between sleep cycles, not wake up and cry, and you don't know that they have pooped. So it does happen, and I don't want you to feel bad like you did anything wrong, because you didn't. If your baby doesn't cry out, they're not signaling that they need you, and you don't know that they had pooped. I always put cream on them just to have a barrier between the poop and the skin, just in case it happens. You can never go wrong. Just make sure that you have some clean ingredients, and make sure that you're not too concerned about the chemicals and what you're putting on your on your baby's body, on your baby's skin, and everything will be fine. With older kids who may be peeing through their diaper overnight still, they're probably being a little bit lazy and they don't want to get up and go to the bathroom. I had a lazy peer little boy in my family, he who shall not be named, which you're never gonna know because I have 2 boys. And I always knew that he was waking up in the morning and peeing in his diaper because the diaper was still warm when I went to change it, and I'm like, dude, and he was potty trained, so it was the overnight diaper that he was wearing, and he was peeing in it in the morning, and I'm like, let's not do this. Now, he wasn't soaking through, but some kids will soak through. There are a lot of kids who do still soak through their diaper because they are not releasing all their pee during the day, so they are peeing a lot at night. I hope that you learned a ton from this video all about how to keep your baby dry overnight. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel and keep blooming. Mwah.